Trojan Philly. What's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, USC still riding high on all the momentum, the major momentum that USC has with this program right now. And I think it's all going translating to the field as well, because right now, after listening to the practice yesterday, Lincoln Riley seems to be fired up. We'll talk about that. However, we are expecting a big-time commitment from what I'm told. I was told that a kid from California supposed to be committing today. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't happen, hey, it just don't happen. But look, from what I'm told, today is the day that we get a big-time commitment from a big-time player that USC is going to be very excited about and the fan base is going to be excited about. So expect that today. Expect to see a video today from me. So look, man, let's get to the practice information. The practice information is this, and I'm excited about where Lincoln Riley is right now, just looking at him addressing all of the position battles on the field. And I think the first one we want to talk about, of course, is going to be the linebacker spot. He addressed the issue of whether we're going to go hit the portal tough or not. And right now, he really said that he's not going to be that active in the portal because they're very satisfied. We talked about that before, that this team is really a team that's put together, and we're starting to see the development aspect come into play, manifest itself with this USC football team. And I think as a result, we're going to be fine. However, he did address the linebacker spot, which you guys already know. When we talked about the portal before, one of the players, we brought up the Boise State linebacker and other guys as well, like Kamari House, but he ended up committing to North Carolina, followed, I think, his coach from over there, from Washington. And so I think the linebacker spot, and when you look at that position right now, you got guys like Anthony Beavers, who just moved over from safety. He's going to be at the linebacker spot. Of course, you got Desmond Stevens, who's a phenomenal player, Eric Gentry, who's a phenomenal player, and, of course, Garrison Madden, who I love, who really, I feel like really had the opportunity as well. But you got, and then a couple of younger guys that's going to be coming in as well. So it's like right now with the linebacker spot, and you can kind of understand that was one of the positions. You guys remember we addressed the linebacker spot on this show. We talked about positions. We were comfortable with most of the team. We were comfortable with the defensive line spot. We were comfortable even with the edge spot and the defensive end spot. The only reason we brought that up about transfer portal guys, David Bailey, was because the coaches did pursue a guy. So I brought it up, and I felt like if they were already pursuing a guy, I want to talk about and target a guy that's already in the portal, that's high caliber guy. However, they didn't pursue David Bailey, and he ended up committing to Texas Tech. We did pursue some guys out of the portal spring window, which was a guy from Appalachian State as well as a guy from Texas San Antonio. Neither one of those guys committed. So I thought they were going to go after a guy. However, they did not go. So, but Coach Riley did address the fact that they won't be utilizing the portal that much based on the development aspect, which is something that's music to my ears, because when you talk about development, we want to see this USC football team develop some of these guys. We do videos on them. We talk about them. We highlight who they are coming in as recruits. Some of them come on the channel, and you just want to see those guys develop. And I'm excited to see some of these guys. And one of the guys in particular that Lincoln Riley talked about was Lorenzo Coward. Now, he was a guy, if you guys remember, a few months back, we had a show. I think we did a live show. We kind of talked about the football team and talked about guys that could possibly develop, such as Carline Jones. But Lorenzo Cowan out of Savannah, Georgia, he happened to be one of those guys as well. And I saw a picture of him. Shout out to my guy, USC Priority, showed me a picture of him. And I could not believe how big he was. I think he's like up to 240 pounds now. I think he might have came in like a 220, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but he looked huge. And, apparently he's making his move right now. And that's why I guess the coaches don't really need to pursue an edge guy, because we got guys right now that's moving and grooving. You already got proven guys like Cameron Fountain. You already got proven guys like Braylon Shelby. You already got proven guys like Anthony Lucas. And even Devin Tompkins, if they move him inside out, I'm not sure. But even him, if we need to bring him off that edge. But now the emergence of Lorenzo Cowan, Plus, you got guys like Elijah Newby that's moved from linebacker now to the edge spot. So I think we're good at that spot. Now, I'm very excited. Here's another thing that Coach Riley addressed. He addressed the defensive tackle spot. I'm excited the fact that, and we're strong there. We brought in Keyshawn Silver. We got Carlon Jones. We got Ratamana. We got all of these guys, John Jarrett. But he talked about the progress of John Jarrett, which I'm extremely excited about, given the fact that he came from Georgia. He's now under this leadership of Eric Henderson, Sean Newell on the D-line. And now listening to some of the language that Lincoln Riley was using yesterday, he's talking about how he's getting his hips down. He can see the progress that he's made since he's been here. And I think that right there is speaking volumes. Like, look, man, these guys are learning under coach. And you want a guy that's going to listen, going to learn, and really apply it to the field. And now Coach Riley's able to see it. And, I think it's go time. So he talked about him as well. But here's the big one. And this is probably going to be the last one. The big one is this. Is the fact that he talked about the offensive line spot. Now, you guys know we saw, and I got to kind of touch on Jacobe Lane too. You guys know that we saw in the Texas A&M game a couple of freshmen come in there and get move and groove. Now, Lincoln Riley, don't forget, Lincoln Riley said that the ones that's plugged in right now for offensive line is going to be to Elijah Page at the left tackle. And then it's going to be at the right tackle, right guard, Alani Noah. He talked about the right tackle position, and he kind of talked about Tobias Raymond as well as Justin Tuina. Forgive me if I'm not saying that name wrong. Justin was one of those guys that came in during the Texas A&M game as a freshman, played left tackle for Elijah Page, and absolutely did some phenomenal things. He appears to not have lost a step. He appears to be picking it up big time, and it looks like either one of those guys to start right now. And I think that is really speaking of development. We saw a glimpse of that in the Texas A&M game, and I just knew he's from Huntington Beach, and I just think, man, look, man, this is going to be a fight. I'm just glad these guys are fighting right now. I'm glad these guys are competing. Nothing's going to be given. And so, look, man, you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. Last thing I want to talk about real quick, shout out to USC football, their athletic department. They continue to put up these videos with Jacobe Lane and all these guys. And I can't tell you enough, Jacobe Lane, look, he looked like he got more tools in his toolbox. He always had the tools, but it looked like he got a ladder because he's always stepping up and he's always going up and making big plays in the air, man. And he's had a couple of them that were contested. But however, he just continues to catch that ball. Now, there was a little dispute, not a dispute. Let me forgive me for saying that. There was a conversation going back and forth as it relates to DeCarlos Nicholson and Jacobe Lane. Jacobe Lane got him last week. But there was another one they showed yesterday. And it appears that DeCarlos Nicholson might have had his hand in between that ball. Now, I felt like it wasn't a catch. I felt like the ball might have still been bobbling. I saw DeCarlos Nicholson's hand still in there, and I'm just like, man, look, that ball doesn't look like it might have been all the way completed. Some think it was. I'm not all the way right. I couldn't be wrong. So you guys hit me, man. Those who've seen it, was that a completed pass or not? USC football even put it up on Twitter. Is this a completed pass or not? But the bottom line is this. Jacobe Lane continues to make acrobatic catches in practice, and it's getting shown all over social media, all over the country. And another part of this, DeCarlos Nicholson appears to be sharpening his tools up. And look, I'm excited all the way across the board with this. So look, you guys give me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. Happy Wednesday to everybody. It's go time. It's on and popping. It's on and cracking. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. I'm out of here. Fight on, fight on, fight on.